Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Hi, Noelle.
Hello, Lynn. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm happy to
Yeah,
be here. I'm excited for our next
me too.
show.
Yes, our second episode, episode 2, quick trip tips. I am just waiting for one of us to have a zip slip and not say that right.
I know. I was actually thinking that while getting ready. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have a zip slip tonight. I just know it. I was like, how do people do this all the time and not? But here we go.
Yeah, words are hard.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone here watching live, and thank you to everybody watching the replay. Jenny, JLB Nerdy, my friend, welcome in. I actually have some exciting news. I haven't even shared it with Noelle yet. So I'm just going to do a little quick update before we jump into things, and then you can share whatever you want to share too. I am going to be running the Space Coast Half Marathon with Jenny in November.
That's so exciting. Oh my God. I
Yeah.
think you guys are going to do the half marathon.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I got my friend Mallory to do it too, and we're all gonna get to go to Disney afterwards and hang out. So it's gonna be a blast. I can't wait. So
That's going to be so much fun.
yeah, 13 miles is a lot. That's a little scary, but
Oh, I think you guys are going to be great. I'm really excited for you.
thank
Oh
you.
my
Hey
God.
Taylor. Uh-oh. There, I think your audio
I
is
know,
back.
sorry. I realized okay,
Uh-oh.
sorry.
That's okay.
You don't hear yourself, right? Because I realized I didn't put my headphones on.
Hold on, I think we're once they disconnect, I think we'll be good. Hey, Pass Lip here, Mike and Val, welcome in. Yeah, we'll just have 1 second and we'll have our audio back there. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're really excited to talk about all of our quick trip tips. It's kind of our specialty. Both of us do a lot of quick trips, so we have plenty to say on the topic, and we're looking forward to your quick trip tips and what you guys do, and bounce ideas off of each other and just kind of brainstorm, figure out more tips for all of us to share together so we can all just do Disney a little bit better each and every time, right?
I'm excited. I mean, these are most of the trips that I'm able to do right now. So I think we both have some really good advice, and it's going to be so exciting to see what everyone else has to say as well.
Yeah. So we want to start each episode with a little bit of Disney news. The only real Disney news I think that is most recent is about the facial recognition, and they're doing testing at Magic Kingdom. I'm sure many of you have heard about that, and it's their shift to make it more touchless experience. I could not say that word about 5 minutes ago. I nailed it.
Yes.
So they'll just be you'll opt in. It's March 23rd to April 23rd. They're going to be doing it just at Magic Kingdom. There'll be lines where if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. So they're just testing out their technology and seeing how it works, and it's going to work the same as the fingerprint scan, which didn't actually take a copy of your fingerprint. It would convert the picture of your fingerprint into a code per se, and they're going to do the same thing with the facial recognition with your mask on. So it'll just be basically like your nose bridge, eyes, and forehead, and then create a unique number, and yeah, it'll be pretty cool. So we'll see how that goes.
That's such a crazy technology to think how this
Yeah.
stuff will work. And I understand the importance, but it blows my mind sometimes thinking about it. Like, I remember you just used to go in and they used to like stamp your hand when you left and you used to go back like afternoon. Now it's like, no, not
Yeah.
stamping hands anymore.
Exactly. Hey, MJ Lover 1989, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here for the very first time. Yeah, so if you think about it, they're kind of behind in the technology because all of us have little computers in our hand every single day that just recognize our faces to open our phone, and we all get really upset when it doesn't recognize our face with the mask on.
Oh my gosh.
It's so frustrating.
Like the problems that we have.
Yeah. But I think it's a really neat thing to shift forward and just moving the technology along where it should be.
Oh my gosh,
And
I'm really excited. So yay.
yeah.
But I don't know. I guess we can get started on our exciting topic for today.
Yeah, let's get started. Let's say hi to a couple more people
Oh, yeah.
popping in. Captain Akron, welcome, and Tina McNeil, welcome in. Thank you guys all so much for being here. No, she will not. That's not nice, Mike. Anyways, so the first thing when planning a quick trip, and we both agree on this, I think,
Yes. Most people.
is yeah. You want to lead with it?
Sure. Decide the purpose of your trip. You're only going
Right.
for a few days. So decide why you are going and then start making your plans around that.
Right. So figure out what the focus of the trip is. And, we're, hey, Paul Engel, welcome in. We're talking about adults in Disney. So we're not really talking about planning family trips. It's like couples and friends and girls trips and bro trips or whatever it is that you're doing as an adult with your friends. And, what is the most important thing to you? Is it eating snacks? Is it riding all the coasters? Is it seeing the attractions? And then with that starting point, you can figure out what parks you're going to go to, which is also the most important next step, right?
Yeah. I mean, right now, especially because we have to book the park passes. So
Right.
you decide why you're going. If it's for, you're going for a festival, and then check your dates and then check the park passes and see like how is Epcot during that time. I know right now Epcot, it's really been pretty open, but there's going to be a lot of attractions opening within the next year that might make that more difficult to get the park passes as we move forward. So it's just things you need
Definitely.
to check, because why would you book the rest of your trip if the few days that you're there, you're not able to get into the parks that you want to go to?
Right. You might need to change your dates or consider going to different parks that you didn't want to go to. I know that Hollywood Studios has been getting booked to capacity
Yeah.
kind of often recently. So, hey, Britt, Triple P, welcome in. Hey, Kay Atwood. Thanks so much, you guys, for being here. So, you want to make sure that the parks that you want to go to make your trip the best short trip ever are available, first and foremost. And then after that, I would say highly consider a park hopper if you're going for a short trip. If you're going on a longer trip, you have more time to do just one park per day, take your time, and then experience all of the things. But if you're going on a short trip, then you want to kind of, bop around. You might want to just do a couple things at one park, and then, when the park hopper opens at 2 p.m., go, start out at Animal Kingdom and hop over to Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom opens at usually 8 a.m. and earlier than all the other parks. Start there and then end at one of the other parks that's open the latest, like Epcot. If they're open till 11, like they have been a lot recently, then you get a super full day in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I also think that personally, from my experience and my quick trips, like we end up not doing as many as attractions, I think, as we probably could, just because we enjoy the time being there. So if you are like park hopping works out the best. Like maybe go to Magic Kingdom, do the couple of things you want to do, and then go back, relax, maybe go get something to eat, and then head to Epcot for the night. It just gives you. We said this earlier to each other, but I feel like there's so much more time in the trip when I'm not focusing on like kids and family and whatever we do. When it's just us, it's like freeing. We don't have to do anything. You're not trying to please anyone or keep anyone else happy. You're just enjoying being there. So I think that spending the extra money on the park hopper is definitely worth it. And to keep in mind too, you don't have to buy the park hopper when you buy your ticket. So if you decide like, you're there the first day and you're like, wow, I can't believe we got all this stuff done at Magic Kingdom. You can go to Relations or to like the ticket center and you can upgrade your ticket. So
I'm sorry, Britt's making me laugh. She said Josh is dumb. Stop it. Be nice.
Oh, Mike made me laugh earlier because if he goes and gets that chocolate bourbon bunny, he better send one here. That's all I'm saying for his quick trip.
Right, exactly. That does sound pretty awesome. I'm sure it is. So MJ Lover 1989 has a question that I think is perfect for you because you have done this. They said, how would you do a honeymoon at Disney? So let's address that really quick.
I think a whole show out of this.
Yeah, we should. I think that's on the list.
I think it is.
Definitely. If it's not, it's added to the list now, but
Um,
we can kind of touch on it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, oh my gosh, I don't know where to start. We had a long honeymoon at Disney World, and it was definitely my dream trip. I don't think I'll ever have a trip like that unless I'm super rich. So, but I would just say we focused a lot on food, and that's what a lot of, as I'll continue to talk through the weeks and years, hopefully, of the show, that a lot of our trips are based around food, and we had a lot of food experiences because that's what we both love. So I would say, if you're going to honeymoon at Disney, find what you both love to do and what you want to enjoy together, and then make your trip about that. I mean, you could, even on these short trips, if you just want to go relax, it's like, maybe you don't really want to spend a lot of time in the parks, but you can go to the spa. There's the one by the Grand Floridian. There's the one at the Swan and Dolphin. That's really nice.
Coronado has one too.
Yeah, Coronado has one. I mean, I could make a whole day of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to eat. So finding anything you can to go sit and have there's plenty of places to have a really, really nice and long meal. You can make the signature restaurants meals as long as you want. They really will take their time if you are willing to just hang out there.
So let's plan on that in the very near future, in the next month or two, to do a honeymoon series, like a honeymoon episode on.
Maybe I can get my husband to come join.
Oh, there we go. Tina McNeil says, unless you want a boarding pass for Rise of Resistance, you have to get a reservation for Hollywood Studios. False. You don't. Oh, wait. Nope. You're right. I'm wrong. You're right. I was going to say false. No, but it's 1:00 when they open up, not 2. And the hopping doesn't start until 2 p.m. So you're right, Tina. If you want a boarding pass for Rise of Resistance, you do have to have a Hollywood Studios reservation. I stand corrected. I'm wrong.
No, you're fine.
Hi, Carol Karki. Welcome in. Let me see. I saw something else.
Oh, Saratoga has a spa too. Thanks, James Ryan.
Yeah. James Ryan, welcome in. How are you? I'm like behind in chat. This is great, though. I love it. I love the conversation. Everybody talking and saying your favorite things. Let me see. I want to buy the bunny, too. Yeah. Splurge for a nice resort.
Please send one to me.
Yeah, right. You're going to have to pack it in some dry ice, I think, because it was like 90 degrees out today.
It's actually been unseasonably hot here, too. It was like 80 the other day. I was like, what's happening?
That's great. For those of you who don't know, I am in South Florida and Noelle is in New Jersey. So that is where we are at opposite sides of the United States. Jeff, Doll Whip Dad, welcome in. I invite everybody to join us later on this evening at 10:30. I will be live with Doll Whip Dad on his channel, and we will be talking A/B testing, and we have a fun guest to chat with about it. I have a little bit of experience with it as well, so it'll be a lot of fun. And then, of course, after we're done here at 7 p.m., I highly encourage everyone to head over to Pete McDevitt's channel to watch the Star Wars nomination live stream. I can't wait. I was an honorary Pixar character inductee last class. That's what they're calling it. So many words are hard. So I got to nominate my 5 people, and I'm really excited. Lots of great people are going to be recognized tonight in the community. So definitely check him out after this. We will put links in the chat. I'm sure my awesome mods will help me out with that. Pretty please, and thank you so much. Stacy, my PIC, is here. I'm sure she's got me covered too. Dawn, Hitchhiking Bones, welcome in. So many friends are here. Yay. Appreciate you guys. Marin Memphis, welcome in. So, yes.
So we were talking about park hopping. And then I guess to go from there is to pick where you want to stay for your quick trip.
Yes.
Okay, I'll just talk personally for us.
Yes.
We normally like to spend a lot of time in Magic Kingdom, and especially early in the day, and then go to dinner and then head out to Epcot or somewhere else. I mean, I know it depends on, how late the parks are open and everything. So we normally pick Magic Kingdom resorts. We've rented DVC points a few times. We don't have one of our own yet, but it was really nice. We stayed at Bay Lake Tower, being able to walk to the Magic Kingdom was so quick and convenient, and it just felt like it was like, oh, okay, let's go over there for a little bit. I want to go back to our room. Oh, do you want to walk back? And it didn't
Right.
feel like I was wasting any time. And so that's definitely important to us. And what about you, Lynn?
As far as park
Like-
hopping and planning the day out, I agree with that very much. It's starting out early, coming back mid-afternoon, and maybe like having a glass of wine, relaxing, go to the pool, take a shower, wash all the sweat and park dust off of you, and then put on a fresh outfit, and then finish out your night kind of like feeling fresh.
Yes.
It is hot. It is so hot at the parks, and you get so sweaty if you are even remotely an average person. And especially with the masks now that you have to wear all day, it's really great to take a little break. And I'm staying off property. I have been staying off property a lot more recently. Hi, Zach the Somniac. Welcome in. Anna Isabel, welcome in. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't recognize your names. If this is your first time, I appreciate you guys so much for stopping in. Triple P, I didn't officially say hi to you. Hi, Josh. It's my partner channel right there, Triple P and Britt Triple P. But yeah, I personally, so this is where our different opinions are good because they kind of hit different people's preferences and situations. So Noelle comes in from out of state. She usually flies, so they don't have a vehicle. I always drive because I live in South Florida, and it's a pretty quick trip. Cynthia, welcome in. Thank you for being here. So I don't, plus I'm also a pass holder. So parking is free. You need to factor in so many things when you're, taking our advice or listening to the discussion, is that for me personally, I am saving extra money by staying off property, but I don't feel like I'm really staying off of property because I have been staying in the Disney Springs Resort area, where it's a 5 to 10 minute walk to the Springs. And that means that you're close to everything else. All the parks and everything is basically like being on property. So
I agree with those. I agree with those resorts. It doesn't feel like you're off property when you're down there by Disney Springs at all. And
No.
To add on, we do fly in, and we always rent a car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we always rent a car. We usually find good deals, and we like to eat at the restaurants. If I didn't tell you guys 20 times, but we go to a lot of the different resorts, so it's just easier for us, depending on reservations and only having a little bit of time. We don't like to rely on the Disney transportation, so it helps.
Yeah. Well, and that we're kind of jumping all over, but that leads into another topic. It's like, as far as taking Disney transportation and deciding on what parks you're going to is going to be an important deciding factor on where you should stay. I have stayed on property. I've stayed on about maybe about half of the properties, we're creeping up on almost half of the properties. I love staying on property. It is pricey. I have since moved forward and being able to go more and not staying on property. But yeah, I like staying in the bubble too, very much, Candy Mom. But the buses can take so long. I have had multiple experiences where it took hours of my day just going from my resort to the park, and the park to Disney Springs, and Disney Springs back to my resort. Probably, I'm not even gonna lie, over 3 hours just for that commute time of my day.
That's a lot of time.
That's a lot of time.
And you're only there for a little bit. It's like you're already waiting in line to go on the attractions. So like now you're spending time just getting from place to place. I think that's part of our reason. Like, time is money. So why not? I mean, if you are flying in, like, check the apps. Like, for example, like if you're thinking about renting a car, A tip I would give is to check the different apps. And I know there's different discounts. We just used Budget the last time because I downloaded their app and there was
Right.
a link through like with Amazon. So if you're an Amazon Prime member and like once you complete your rental agreement, you got like whatever, I forget what, something to your Amazon account, like a credit, like a gift card credit or whatever. So
That's really cool.
yeah, it was, I mean, we use Amazon all the time. So it was awesome. I was like, okay, well, you just have to, I don't know, kind of see what's important to you and what works.
Yeah. Prioritize.
Yeah, and for resorts, I mean, we stayed on property a lot before the closures, and we just went in January, and we thought like, okay, like you said, Atlanta, it's a lot of money, and it's a lot more
Right.
money than staying off property, and you don't really get all the benefits. There's not extra magic hours.
Right. And that,
There's
yeah.
little things that you just don't have. So we stayed off property in a great room, and it was a great time. And it was out the western way past Coronado Springs. So it was
Mhm.
that end, which was close to Animal Kingdom. I mean, it didn't take us long to get anywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of great resorts over there, like Orange Lake, we have talked about before. And then the one that you stayed at, I know Jenny had mentioned to me. What was the name of it again?
We stayed at the Grove,
The Grove. Yes.
and Josh just made a good point in Triple P in chat that Magical Express is ending. So a rental
Right.
car is going to be probably important because we haven't heard what the other transportation would be as far as a bus.
Right. Good night, Taylor. Thanks for stopping in.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, that I know that my mom is coming in next month for our trip, and I think one way or per person, I don't know. I think it was like $90 is going to cost her just to get from the airport to, you know,
Where you're staying.
yeah, which is right basically on property. So that's a lot of money, and that's just for one person. So I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff, like you said, like we said about the trips, to see prioritize what's important to you. Like, you know, and I know you still have to pay for parking if you don't have a pass, and
Right.
but I don't know, and you don't. I mean, Josh said you have to pay at the hotel, which you do a nightly like rate.
Yeah.
You don't want to pay for the parks, and you don't. No, if you stay on property, you can still park for free, but if you stay off property, you can't.
So
Like,
I think
theme parks.
I'm actually not sure if you have to pay for parking at the theme parks if you're staying on property, but I think what Josh was talking about is that the resorts have a parking fee per night based on which tier you're staying in. It's a little bit more. I think deluxe is up to like $24 a night, and the value is like 13, and then it goes somewhere in between there for the moderate. But on that note, there's parking fees at just about every resort now. So it might not be $20, but
I will say, for example, though, the Grove in January, when we checked in, the girl was really nice. She's like, "Do you have a car?" I was like, "Yeah." We were just standing there talking, and she was, "Okay, I'll just pay the parking fee." I mean, they're not going to do that at your Disney resort, probably, but
right.
I mean, so there is ways, you know, at other places you might be able to like. And we didn't even ask. She was just so nice. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, being a nice human being goes a long way sometimes, you know. Jenny brought up another thing that I wanted to talk about, that we wanted to talk about, is taking Lyfts or Ubers. That is the number one.
Real quick, Jenny answered the question: staying on property equals free parking at the actual parks.
Oh, okay. So there's. Thank you, Jenny.
Thanks, Jenny. So yeah, Lyfts and Ubers. Go first.
Yeah. So if you are looking to save time, that is going to be your best bet if you don't want to drive, which also, I mean, even driving yourself, you're still going to end up parking out and have to walk back, because I don't think, in my experience back at Disney, there wasn't any of the trams running. There was no tram service.
Yeah.
Did you notice it? I didn't see any trams running, so I walked from the parking space.
You're right. I feel like I walk most of the time anyway, but I didn't really notice that, but I guess
there were no trams running that I saw in January or in February when I was there at any of the parks. So I'm not sure if they are, and I just didn't notice it, but there wasn't any. I don't mind walking. I can walk faster than waiting for a tram usually. So
I didn't notice because I think we just end up walking. So
yeah, but that's the only thing is the Uber or Lyft will get you right up to the front of the park entrance. And maybe it'll be a little bit more money, but it'll get you there faster. And if you're ever running late for a reservation or you're not sure if the Disney transportation is going to get you there in time, I would highly recommend you just take an Uber or a Lyft. And if you want to save money, that's one of those deciding factors is, I don't know, maybe stay off property, but Uber or Lyft where you need to go, and then it'll counteract the price. It's just about really figuring out what is most important to you and prioritizing that while you plan your quick trip.
So it is important to note at Magic Kingdom, it'll only take you to the transportation ticket center, not to the park. For the Ubers and Lyfts, the only ones used to take you all the way to the park, but they're not running right now either.
Right, which in that case, I would suggest if you're taking an Uber or a Lyft and you want to go to Magic Kingdom, have them drop you off at the Contemporary and walk over. That would be my advice. That way you get to bypass taking a monorail or the ferry boat, and then that cuts down your time even more. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion.
I agree with you completely.
It's a little bit of walking, but you're at Disney. You're going to be walking anyways, so it's expected.
Hi, thanks for joining us. I see you.
Hi, Dean. Welcome in. Let's see.
So,
yay! Yes, I need to write that down. I need to reach out to a couple people. Sorry. Do you want to lead into the next tip that we have? Let me see. Donna. Sorry, I'm making personal notes here. I can't remember things.
Yeah, I don't know what we had next, Lynn, but like off the top of my head, I was thinking back to like why you're planning your trip and the things that you might want to think about. So like why would you take a quick trip if you even have time for a whole vacation? I think a really important thing that's going as an adult, you might be the one that loves Disney and you like might be so excited, and then you want to take a trip with your friend or your significant other and you really want to go. You're like, okay, we only have these few days and I want to go to Disney. And they're like, but we're adults. Like, why don't we go somewhere cool? Like, I don't know, somewhere cool that's not Disney. I mean, someone else,
right?
Because I always pick Disney, but
right.
Take this quick trip to convince them that like Disney is for adults. Like, what do they like to do? So,
right.
What are the things that they enjoy in life? Like, they want to have fun. They want to go to some bars or lounges. Find bars or lounges for you to go to. Make it, a day out of that. Show them that you don't need to have, be with your parents or, little kids.
You don't have to go with kids to have fun at Disney.
Not at all.
At all.
No, and I think that's like a really cool thing about it. Like figuring out what people like to do and then showing them that they have that at Disney. So and then another reason to go, I would believe, is like when it's probably going to come back. But cruising, I mean, we went on a cruise and we could not go to Disney, like the parks. It was like so sad going to the airport and be like, oh, we didn't go to the parks this time. So maybe you have the luxury to take a week. You go, a 3 or 4 day cruise and you come back and do 3 days in the parks. That's so much fun. Like,
yeah, like the full experience, all of it.
Everything. So
that's a dream. That's on my bucket list.
I know. I really want to do another cruise when they come back.
I've never been on one before, but
I have indifferent feelings about it. So we can talk about that a different time. But I think it'd be cool to do it again. I really want to experience again and see different things. So that can be a fun girls' quick trip.
Ooh, yes. Let's do a cruise. That would be amazing. Let's make that happen.
Yes.
We can plan it out far enough where we can make the payments. I can afford anything if there's payments.
There has to be a payment plan. It's a little
hey, Kristen Marconi, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. That is a good tip too. I know a lot of people that do that, Jenny, either going to the Poly for breakfast or going to the Wave at the Contemporary. And then that way you can just walk right over. You get your day started. You get your little dose of some Disney magic at the resort and then walk right over. So it really is that's part of the reason for me, that this is just a side random note that we never really went to Magic Kingdom that often, or we would sometimes avoid it because it was such a pain in the butt to get there and so time consuming between parking, the parking lot, the tram, the ferry, the monorail, just getting through the whole process just to get there. So yeah, I think that doing that, going to the Contemporary or the Poly for breakfast or something like that, and then walking into the park is way better.
I love the Wave, so I will take any breakfast there I can get. It's really underrated, so everyone should try it.
I have never eaten there.
Whoa.
I've only had a mojito there. The mojito, I can vouch, was delicious.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you have next, Lynn?
What do I have next? I have on my notes skipping table service. So
this can be like the debate part of the show.
This is a debate. This is definitely a debate.
What's your stance on skipping table service?
Skipping table service to save time on quick trips is the function of me saying that. And Space Mountain Dave Cantrell, welcome in. Table service, hear me out. Table service can take from 1 to 3 hours of your time, which is a huge chunk of time. Whereas if you do mobile order, you can schedule it out, which I highly recommend you schedule it. If you know you want to eat at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, at 10 a.m., open the mobile app and get your order in ahead of time so that you get your window of food opportunity in, and then when you're ready, you can just hit that you're there and pick it up at that time, because the time slots do sell out, I guess.
Fill out.
Yeah, they go away. So as soon as you know what you want to eat, I would suggest you do that, and then you can just walk up, pick it up, eat it. That's 20-30 minutes, and then you're satiated, and you can split a meal or save a lot of money doing that as well. So if that's one of your priorities and your trip is being more frugal, then that would be one way to save time and do. If food isn't your main focus attraction and you want to go on more rides or see shows, then that sort of thing, then I would say skipping table service is something to consider. Personally, I don't skip table service because I love food and beverages, and that is the thing I look forward to. I wouldn't say the most, but it's very, very high up on my list of priorities. Noelle?
See, I look forward to being in Disney, and like anything that goes along with it, I just love. I'm just happy that like we got to go. But when I go with my husband, and that is his mission, and he I love Disney. I'm in all these chats. I'm in the community. I talk to him about stuff. But as soon as we book the trip, he takes over. He's like, these are our reservations. Here we go. We're going to do this. Like, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I really want to eat here, here, and here. He's like, I got to figure it out. Like, if we had Fast Pass, he is on top of it. So dining is our mission. It's like, we don't just have like, okay, we went to like our table service, like dinner meal. We go to table service breakfast and dinner, and we're also really early risers. So like, it's not, I know that's a little opposite from you, Lynn.
Well, I mean, I love the table service. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying
I meant the early rising part.
Oh, early rising. Yeah.
About we did the first breakfast. Like if a place, we found a new breakfast place because on this trip, they were the only ones that opened that took a 7 o'clock reservation. Like we were at breakfast at 7
a.m. Oh, I don't think I could eat.
Great. I mean, that's how our day started.
I can't eat that early. That's way I'm like not even fully awake and functioning until 9.
Oh my God, we get so much food, it's embarrassing. Like you can't eat, like we each get one dish. We have pancakes or waffles for the table. I'm like, it's so I'm just saying. And then like later on we go to dinner. We end up just eating a snack in the day, and because we breakfast so early, a lot of times we will be at like one of the first, like the 5 o'clock dinner reservation, but it's fine for us because we went to the parks mainly when they opened, hung out, did our thing, went back, showered, got ready, went to dinner, and then we had our night to go wherever else, whatever else we want to do.
So let me catch up in chat really quick.
Oh, yeah.
James Ryan says, what you're saying is this, skipping table service, holy nutrition deficiency. Are you kidding me? Go get her, Noelle.
I was cracking up at that.
I wasn't saying that I personally agree with that. It was just a tip.
Yeah, not everyone likes to sit down and eat like me.
Right. I used to be a huge fan of just doing the table service for dinner, eating a little bit lighter throughout the day, like even breakfast or lunch at the hotel, bring some microwave sandwiches or make some sandwiches or whatever. But I mean, now it's different because I'm kind of doing it more often by myself. So
yes, and that's the great thing about going.
I'm paying for less food, so
Yeah.
I can just enjoy whatever it is that I want instead of worrying about paying for 4 meals of hungry teenage boys that'll order half the menu and still be hungry an hour later. That's ridiculous.
Exactly. But I will say that the next time I go, anyone's welcome to join us because there's always more food on the menu that we want, but 2 people can't possibly order it. Wow. So, I mean, we order it all and we'll share it.
We need more mouths.
We need more stomachs. You don't have to feel so embarrassed when they're like, that's a lot of food for 2 people. And then they come back and say, oh, wow, you guys ate everything.
Right. I didn't need any boxes.
No. No.
Jenny has a good point too. We did a table service late lunch at Epcot because it was so toasty and we needed a break, and so it was needed. That's a good point.
That's a great idea.
And that also has to do with the factor of the Florida heat and wearing masks all day because you're wearing them all day at Disney.
Definitely.
Just get a turkey leg. Just walk up to the window. It's perfect. And if you eat turkey legs, take Dean's advice. It's perfect.
Oh, look, see, I have early wake up people on my side over here in chat.
Yeah, Triple P.
Yeah.
We keep interrupting each other. Sorry.
Conversations also go.
Britt wants to know what restaurant was open that early.
Oh, we went to
Hey, Brian.
Oh my gosh, I know it, but I forgot. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's at the Four Seasons, Ravello. At the Four Seasons. They used to do a character like buffet meal, which I'm sure was awesome, and I'm really upset. Like we had reservations before and we skipped it, which I'm kicking myself. But like we went to breakfast. We are breakfast connoisseurs in this family, and this is the best breakfast I've ever had. Like my egg was so perfect, and you didn't just get to choose like what toast do you want with your egg. It was like what toast. Or do you want a muffin? And they listed like all these muffins or a croissant. And I was like, we even have chocolate croissants. And I'm like, yes, please. Or a bagel. I was like, this is the best. It was awesome.
Can you stop giving me more options? I can't decide. It's going to be 9 a.m. before I get breakfast.
They're still open. That was really good. I would recommend, and you get to drive through Golden Oak to get to the Four Seasons. I felt really fancy. And then they when we were leaving, I mean, and I'm this trip we were with like my teenager and her friend as we left breakfast, and we're the only ones at the fancy Four Seasons. They were playing Taylor Swift, me, and I was like dancing through the hallways. Super embarrassing. And I loved every second of
it. That's so great. Gotta embarrass the teenagers. That's why we're here. That is mainly the full reason.
They were invading on my Disney trip, so.
New favorite is getting food to go and take it back to the room after the park closes towards the end of the night. Jenny, I do the same thing. I'm a snack hoarder, especially if I'm ending the night in Epcot. I'll go and get some macarons from France. I'll get some noodle gratin from Germany.
Oh my gosh, go to
pack it.
Go to Norway. Oh my gosh, I would get all the snacks.
Troll horns. Yeah, you just snack pack. Just pack it. And when you get back, you've got a whole nother buffet to eat while you.
Exactly what I did.
Yeah, that's the best. I love it. Let's see. Past Little Pierce says, we love getting up early, especially in quick trips. Rope dropping helps us maximize rides without lines. Universal's the same. We get there for opening and leave Disney and leave for Disney when the crowds come.
That's a great plan.
Yeah, I love that.
Universal, that's cool. I mean, we definitely want to do Universal soon. So that's a really good tip.
So, on that note, here for a moment, welcome in. Um, so, with my quick trip coming up with my mom, we're only going to the parks for 3 days. And my predicament that I have with planning this trip is that right now, as of right now, the park hours are all the parks close at either 6 or 7 or 5 if you're Animal Kingdom. But we're going to start out at Animal Kingdom early for the first day and then, end at one of the other parks. But what makes that challenging is there's not really time for that midday break
No.
because you have 2 to 3 to 4 less hours than we would normally have with the normal hours, which they're subject to change. They already changed the hours for the end of March and the beginning of April and extended them.
Yeah, I was going to say that because our trip in January, we had it all planned out. And then, like the week before our trip, we changed, or even our park passes, we had to change because nothing really worked out with all the extended hours. So
Right.
I feel like, I don't know why I don't know why they're changing the hours so much. I feel like it's last minute a lot lately. So
Yeah.
I think that you're going to luck out, especially being at the end of April. I mean, it's daylight out past 6 o'clock now. So
Right.
I don't see them closing. I don't know.
It just seems really strange that like Animal Kingdom is closing at 5 o'clock during that time frame.
Yeah,
And I mean,
it's still
right
like,
right now they just extended it till 8 o'clock. So I think I agree with Josh and you that they'll get extended and they're just waiting until it gets closer to see exactly how many reservations they get to see if it's worth paying the extra staff
yeah,
wages to
true.
keep them on. That's my educated opinion on the
So that's a
situation.
good, I mean, I agree. It's a really good thought. Who knows what they're doing?
Let's see. Don says we find that one sit-down meal a day gives us all a chance to cool off and rest and recharge. Then back into the fray. I like that. I agree. I think that that's a good plan of action too. I was just suggesting skipping the table service for time
Yeah,
frame.
for time for yeah. Not everyone is like us and likes to sit
Right.
with their meal. Like some people would rather. I mean, not dissing the quick service places. There's so many good options, and it works at a lot of places. So go for it if that's your jam.
Yeah. And like I said before, and I'll say it again, and I'm gonna never stop repeating this throughout our show, is that these are just our tips and our
Yes.
Sharing ideas so that different people that have different needs and different priorities and whatever your agenda is, that there's a little something for everybody. But yeah, not for me. I'll stick around and hang out with the food all day. Ride a couple rides and it'll be good.
And I think that's the best part about taking a quick trip is as an adult is that you don't have to feel like you need to rush and do everything. I mean, just
Right.
do what is important. If you go just to experience a festival at Epcot, then just make that your priority. Spend a couple days going to, each different food booth or country. Do half World Showcase one day and then half the next, and really
Right.
take the time to enjoy it. And go in and explore the pavilions, watch the shows. Something that you might not do on other trips.
Well, that's a good point too, because like on the kid trips, they would not want to go and see any of the shows in World Showcase
No.
on any of the countries. Like they hated Epcot with a passion. And
Yes.
now I can just enjoy every single country as much as I want to, walk around. I don't know, play with the sombreros in Mexico and whatever the heck I want to do. Buy a snack from every single pavilion,
Yes.
whatever it is.
I mean, that's yeah. It's you just can enjoy it. You don't. I mean, you can do whatever you want. And I really think quick trips are better with a focus, like we talked about in the beginning. But it really is just better when you focus on something and you can really, really enjoy it. And for most of us, we are going to go back again. So you don't need to
Right.
get it all finished. If if there's something you're like, for example, like we've gone a few times since like Toy Story Land and like Slinky Dog was open, but the last time we went, we didn't wait for Slinky Dog. We were just like, I'm going to wait. But this time we made a point. Like that was, things at Hollywood Studios we really wanted to do because we kind of see it on other trips.
Yeah.
So that's what you have to decide.
Yeah, I think that it's the same for me because I know I'm going to go back. I know that this isn't my last trip. And so just when I go there, if like the wait is too long, like I'm on my last Hollywood Studios vlog and I talked to you about it. I had the boarding pass and I was like, I really wanted to ride it without videotaping anything and just soak it all in. And then I was like, oh man, like I can't do the time frame. It's going to set me behind 2 hours from now when I'm supposed to be at a dinner reservation and all the different running around I had to do. But it's okay. I didn't feel bad about missing it because I know I'll be back. I know that I'll ride it again eventually in the future. When? I don't know, but I know that I will.
Yeah.
I'm doing something else that's fun. So it's not like that. I guess that's my perspective on everything that is in Disney now. So I'm way more laid back when I'm there. It's never like, unless it's Flight of Passage, then I have to do that. But everything else, I'm just like, oh, if I don't do this, I'm just going to do something else that I like doing because I like doing everything there. So it's just all fun. I'm just happy to be in the bubble.
I need another trip. I've been thinking about it a lot.
Girls trip. Got Cynthia's in.
Yeah, I saw that.
Jenny's probably in. Britt, we're going to steal Britt away. Josh is going to have to watch the girls.
That should be fine. They're not seeing you yet. You'll be fine, okay?
Britt, call your mom now. Let her know. That's so funny. Yeah, we need to work on figuring out our Dollywood trips. So we have the Tennessee meetup because we have a lot of friends from Tennessee.
That would be so much fun.
I think we'll plan that one first before our Disney trip. That's just my thoughts. Just throwing that out there, Noelle.
Yeah, that's great. I'm all for anything. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Josh would have taken the other half of the baguette. You can't throw away the baguettes.
No. So
Josh, how much are they? What are like $2 for the like 2-foot baguette from France? I don't know. We know Josh loves them.
Yeah. Oh, Britt.
Josh will be on board.
Yeah.
And Val. Pass delivery with a $3 super sticker. Next time. Thank you for that. That's
Thank you.
I think it's $3. Next time is that for a baguette for the next time we go? Is that what that is? Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. And yes, Val, you're invited too. All the ladies are invited. Girls trip means girls only. Sorry, boys. Let's see. Oh, the shortcuts. I did want to talk about that. Let's see what we have. We've got like 12 minutes left before Pico's live. This is kind of a the last two. Actually, we're pretty much there. But I think it's a small tip. You agree with me on this about the shortcuts, knowing where the shortcuts are, where to take them. And if you don't know where they are, ask pros. Yes, Tina too. Yay. We need to make this happen. We're going to have to plan it like way out so that we get everybody together. I'm so excited. So many things to be excited about. So one of my favorite ones that some people know, some people don't, is the pathway from Pandora that goes like back behind Pandora, behind on the other side of the river, behind Nomad into Africa. So you can avoid that main super high traffic pathway from the Tree of Life into Africa if you're going from Pandora there, or just to get through the park. And it's way less crowded. There's barely any people back there. It's where the Flight of Passage queue kind of gets flooded into as it gets longer. But if you know these shortcuts or less high traffic areas, that can save you time that will add up over the course of your trip. And it's really important
Yeah.
to know that. And you can use your My Disney Experience app that'll show you different pathways as well. Triple P says it's closed in the mornings
Yeah.
usually.
You can only exit from Pandora in the mornings normally to Africa. They won't let you go that way into the land.
I guess I've never been over there that early because
Yeah, you probably go if you go right to Pandora in the morning.
You just cross over.
Yeah, but if you try to go like to the safari first and then go to Pandora, you have to go back and then over
all the way up and around.
Yeah,
okay,
little cast member like a sign and stuff, but
yeah,
not all day.
But I didn't know that. So that is, that's why we're doing this. So we can all learn those different tips and tricks. But when I'm in doubt, like I know that there's a lot of different little pathways in the back of Magic Kingdom, which I'm not super familiar with because I haven't spent a lot of time back there. And there's different ways to take that are way faster than others. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. And there's even like the stuff like the cut throughs in Adventureland and Frontierland through those little areas. It just depends on where you want to go. And that way you don't have to go back past like Haunted Mansion through Fantasyland. You can come back out the other way.
Yeah.
Depending where you want to go.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, you can just wander around the park and figure it out. Like, the more time you spend.
Well, I mean, right. And that's fun too. To figure it out. But like, if you're trying to save time,
yes,
I know that there's a lot of videos on different secret pathways and stuff like that. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you can finish. I was going to comment on Britt's post because I was thinking that too.
I was just going to tell Dawn, Hitchhiking Bones, that the path is if you go through the back of Pandora, or if you're coming up by Festival of the Lion King, if you keep following that up, there's the bathrooms. They have some construction going on off to the right there. And if you keep following that pathway up, that puts you into the back of Pandora, which will kind of put you out over by, what's the name of the restaurant there?
Oh, Tusker House.
No, the one in Pandora.
No, yeah, not Nomad Lounge. There's actually a restaurant, Tiffin's.
No.
I don't know.
I can't think of the name of it. Josh and Britt, what's the name?
I just know exactly where you meant, and I just kind of went from there.
No. Satuli. Yeah, Satuli. That's where, it'll put you right in there. That's where the pathway takes you up, and that's where it's at. I'm sorry, Dawn. That pathway went a lot of different directions. If you have any further questions, please just send me a message on Instagram and I'll explain it more clearly. Yes, spending a few moments in the Wonder of Nomad Lounge. Mine too. I love that place.
Yes.
And then Brits, you want to talk about this? Yes.
Yes.
A really good point.
Oh my gosh, I would love to schedule a VIP tour. And this, because who said this for our girls trip, I just saw scroll by that we could definitely get a girls trip and just have someone split the cost, someone all day take us around, do it. And there are other tours, you can get VIP tours that are scheduled for you, or ones where you just do what you want to do.
Right.
That would be so cool.
That would be amazing.
So cool. I'm not even gonna lie.
That would be amazing. And so on that note, though, I think none of the other VIP tours are open right now. All of the Keys to the Kingdom and stuff like that, those aren't running right now. But the tour, the one that Britt's talking about, the VIP tour, they will take all your money for that. They are running that right now.
Oh my gosh, that would be so much fun. Wherever, it's so cool.
So that is another way. Also, if you're thinking about saying on property or off property, if it's a factor of time, you could choose to save the money and stay off property. Use that money towards a VIP tour and do everything that you want to do in a day.
Especially if it's a quick trip, you're saving money on more hotel nights, park tickets, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And if you're going with a few groups of people, you guys could all split it. I mean,
I think it's up to 11 or 12 people. Yeah, I think so. Right around there.
I don't look at it too much because I know it's just going to be can't do this.
I looked into it once, and it was a long time ago. I was like, I remember being like, oh, I need like 10 more friends.
Oh my gosh. But I guess we're almost done. We're getting to the end, and I was gonna say you highlighted James Ryan's comment about Nomad Lounge.
Yes.
Lucky for you, James. Next episode.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about that. I almost forgot to talk about that.
I mean, that prompted me, but we're gonna talk about like a little transition from tips is our favorite lounges anywhere on property. So
Next episode by Dr. Dre, I think is.
yeah.
That came on my phone when I was getting ready for the stream. Just a little squirrel Lynn side note, and I was like,
Can we play that now?
So the next episode
I'm not doing it, but in my head I am.
is going to be our favorite lounges and bars on property. Kind of just not specifically ranked like a hard ranking, but kind of like our most favorite to other ones that we want to go to that we haven't been, and kind of highlight the different things that we love about each of them. Maybe not mention all of them, but like the most mentionable ones, notable.
Ones that we want to talk about.
Yeah. And then you guys can bring your opinions and your favorite lounges and your favorite drinks. And I'm going to be taking notes the whole time on the drinks that I need to try. Yes. Everyone start saving now for the tour.
Oh, you can do everything except Rise, Triple P. Oh. Well, that's so cool, though. You could do everything else. He said for the tour, they don't let you do, makes sense, I guess. It would be unfair.
Oh, everything except for Rise. I thought you said rides, and I'm
I'm sorry. Yeah, I saw your confusion.
I was like, what a waste. You can't do rides? What's the point? Rise with an S.
Of the resistance.
Just to clarify. Yes, we love our Disney lounges too.
Yes, that's all repair.
Yeah, so let's wrap this up. We got 3 minutes before Pete starts. We're gonna, if any of the mods could drop the link to Pete's stream that is starting immediately following this. We love us some Pete as well as Disney lounges, and we will be heading over there to hang out and watch the Star Wars nominations. And I know a good amount of people here are going to be nominated, and so I'm very excited to hear the announcement and celebrate that with all of you guys in the community. Yeah. List of drinks is boring. Bourbon in a glass.
And that's
it. The last quick tip that I have mentioned it before, but one time saver, if you don't want to wait in line for a long time, this is a tongue twister to end it, is to go into the high wait times like Flight Passage, Millennium Falcon, those types of things, like minutes before the park closes, because the wait line is going to be very short. You're going to get through it, and then, I mean, you don't have to hurry. It's just you get to leave the park whenever, as long as you get in the line before the park closes. So yes, what do you have coming up?
Me?
Anything?
No, I'm just gonna go to work again tomorrow.
And the next day.
The next day we're actually we're going to see a couple houses this week, hopefully. So
very exciting.
I don't know that we like any of them, but we just need to start looking for them.
We could get a start somewhere.
I'm gonna try to vlog the house tours, see how that goes.
Nice.
Yeah, you'll get to see how picky we are and how we spend all this money on things we don't like. So
I don't like this. I don't like this. I want that, and I want that, and they need to. The house needs to have a baby.
We're under a time, we're short for this. But anyway, it should be fun. So
good.
And just work and see what happens.
That's exciting. I look forward to it. I look forward to doing this again in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'll set up the stream ahead of time so that we can have it out there and set your reminders and all that good stuff. I had a lot of fun.
Me too. I'm so happy you guys were all here tonight. It was so much fun.
Yeah. I really appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out and all of the chat. It was fun. I look forward to this. It's going to be really great. And being adults in Disney is probably the best thing ever. I'm having way more fun as an adult in Disney than I think I ever did as a child. Just saying.
Same.
But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all my members, all my shining stars. You guys are awesome. And what do I have coming up? Really quick this week, probably Character Warehouse blog and one or two other things. We'll see. Stay tuned. And then Thursday, Tim Pruitt. Happy birthday, Tim. Today is Tim's birthday. Tim Pruitt will be my guest appearance on this Thursday's Checking In with the Lynn Project. I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah. Look forward to it. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Let's go hang out with Pete. After that, tonight at 10:30, Doe Up Dad. I'll be on his channel, going live with Creator Talk. And thank you, Noelle.
Hey, thanks, Lynn. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you.
Yeah. Have a great night. Thank you, guys. Mwah.